Cipher Wealth. You need to watch this if you struggle with managing your money. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something we all deal with: managing money wisely and avoiding excessive spending. If you've ever looked at your bank account and thought, "Where did all my money go?" This video is for you. We're diving deep into practical tips to gain control of your finances and start building real wealth. From budgeting like a pro to outsmarting those tempting impulse buys, I've got your back. So grab your notebooks, and let's get started on the path to financial freedom. First things first, create a budget. And I don't mean a vague idea of how much you spend on things. I'm talking about a detailed, no excuses budget that tracks every single dollar coming in and going out. Trust me, this is the foundation of financial success. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, budgeting? That's boring. Hear me out. Budgeting isn't about restricting yourself. It's about understanding where your money is actually going. It's about taking control of your finances instead of letting them control you. Think of it like this: if you were trying to lose weight, you'd track your calories, right? Budgeting is the same concept, but for your money. By tracking your expenses, you become aware of your spending habits: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the best part? There are tons of tools to make budgeting a breeze. You've got apps like Mint, YNAB, You Need a Budget, and Personal Capital that do most of the heavy lifting for you. Or, if you're more of a spreadsheet person, that works too. The key is to find a system that works for you and stick with it. Track every expense for a month, every coffee, every online purchase, every bill. You'll be surprised by what you discover. Maybe you're spending way more on eating out than you realized. Or maybe you find a recurring subscription you forgot about. This awareness is powerful. It allows you to make informed decisions about your spending and identify areas where you can cut back. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your money. So get tracking and let's take control of your finances together. Let's talk about impulse buying, the silent killer of budgets everywhere. We've all been there, scrolling online, browsing the mall, and suddenly, that new gadget, that trendy outfit, or that limited time offer flashing before your eyes. But here's the thing. Most of the time, these purchases aren't actual needs, they're wants disguised as necessities. And the problem with impulse buys is that they can completely derail your budget and sabotage your financial goals. Before you know it, you've spent hundreds, even thousands of dollars on things you don't even really need. So, how do you combat the urge to splurge? It's simple. Ask yourself one crucial question before every purchase: do I need this or do I just want it? If it's a need, something essential for your well-being or survival, then by all means buy it. But if it's a want, something that would be nice to have but isn't essential, then hit the pause button. Implement a 24-hour rule. If you see something you want, wait a full day before buying it. During that 24 hours, think about whether you truly need it, whether it fits into your budget, and whether you'll actually use it. You'll be surprised how often the urge to buy fades away after you've had some time to think it over. Remember, delaying gratification is key to building wealth. By resisting impulse buys, you free up more money to invest in your future, whether that's saving for a down payment, paying off debt, or investing in your retirement. So, the next time you're tempted by a shiny new object, remember the need versus want question and that 24-hour rule. Your wallet and your future self will thank you. Chapter 3. The 50-30-20 Rule. Your simple budgeting secret weapon. Okay, so you're tracking your spending, you're differentiating between needs and wants. Now it's time to put that information to good use with a budgeting strategy that's simple, effective, and easy to remember. The 50-30-20 Rule. Here's how it works. You divide your after-tax income into 3 categories: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. Think of it like slicing a pie. The biggest slice, 50%, goes to your needs, the non-negotiable expenses that keep your life running smoothly. This includes things like rent or mortgage payments, groceries, utilities, transportation, and any debt payments you have. Next up, the 30% slice is dedicated to your wants, the fun stuff that makes life enjoyable. This category includes things like dining out, entertainment, hobbies, shopping, and travel. Finally, we have the 20% slice, which is dedicated to your financial future savings and debt repayment. This includes contributions to your emergency fund, retirement accounts, and any extra payments you're making on debts like student loans or credit cards. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Graham, those percentages don't work for my situation. And you know what? You're right. The beauty of the 50-30-20 rule is that it's a guideline, not a strict rule. You can adjust the percentages based on your individual circumstances, income, and financial goals. For example, if you live in a high cost of living area, your needs might take up more than 50% of your income. Or if you're aggressively paying down debt, you might allocate more than 20% to debt repayment. The key is to find a balance that works for you and allows you to prioritize both your current needs and your long-term financial goals. Remember, budgeting isn't about deprivation. It's about making conscious choices with your money and ensuring that every dollar has a purpose. Chapter 4. Lifestyle Inflation, the Silent Wealth Killer. Let's talk about a sneaky financial trap that can sabotage even the most well-intentioned budgeter's lifestyle inflation. It's the phenomenon where your spending increases in direct proportion to your income. You get a raise, you start making more money, and suddenly, you find yourself upgrading your lifestyle. A nicer apartment, a fancier car, more expensive clothes. Now don't get me wrong, it's fantastic to reward yourself and enjoy the fruits of your labor, especially after a hard-earned raise or promotion. But the danger of lifestyle inflation is that it can keep you stuck in the same financial position, even as your income grows. Instead of using that extra money to build wealth, invest, or achieve your financial goals, you end up spending it all on maintaining a more expensive lifestyle. So, how do you avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation? The key is to be mindful of your spending habits and resist the urge to upgrade everything as soon as your income increases. Instead of immediately bumping up your spending, consider increasing your savings rate when you get a raise. For example, let's say you get a 5% raise. Instead of spending all of that extra money, what if you saved half of it and only increased your spending by 2.5%? This way you're still enjoying some of your increased income while also making progress toward your financial goals. Chapter 5. Pay yourself first. The golden rule of wealth building. Alright, let's talk about one of the most powerful habits you can develop for building wealth. Paying yourself first. This simple yet effective strategy involves prioritizing your savings and investments by putting money aside for your future self before you even think about spending on anything else. The traditional approach to saving usually involves waiting until the end of the month, seeing what's left over after all your expenses and then trying to squeeze in some savings. But here's the problem with that approach. Life happens. Unexpected expenses pop up, you overspend in certain categories, and suddenly, there's nothing left to save. Paying yourself first flips the script. Instead of treating savings as an afterthought, you make it a priority. As soon as you get paid, a predetermined amount is automatically transferred to your savings or investment accounts before you even have a chance to spend it. This removes temptation and ensures that you're consistently building your financial future, regardless of what life throws your way. Think of it like this. You wouldn't wait until the end of the month to pay your rent or your car payment, would you? Those are essential expenses and you prioritize them accordingly. Your savings and investments should be no different. They're essential for your long-term financial well-being, and by paying yourself first, you're treating them with the importance they deserve. Now, you might be wondering, how much should I pay myself first? A good starting point is 10% of your income, but you can adjust this percentage based on your financial goals and current situation. And the best part? Automating this process makes it effortless. Most banks allow you to set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings or investment accounts. And there you have it. 5 powerful strategies to help you master your money, control your spending, and start building real wealth. Remember, financial freedom is a journey, not a destination. It's about making conscious choices with your money and building sustainable habits that will serve you for years to come. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more financial tips. What's your biggest struggle with managing money? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to help. See you in the next video. Subscribe and watch more financial tips from Cipher Wealth.